Okay, for today's class, we are going to start with Advice to the Youth by Mark Twain. Now, Advice to the Youth, this particular story is from the title itself, we can understand that Mark Twain, the author of this story, is trying to give and some advices to the youth, to the teenagers. Now, the advice that he gives, it is definitely something which is going to help a teenager in his or her character building, in his or her mental development, and various other such things. Now, Mark Twain, he the whole story that you have, the 4-page story, it's actually a lecture that he had given when he had visited a college. এটা একটা কলেজে ভিজিট করেছিল, সেই সময় এই 4 পাতার যে স্টোরিটা আছে এটা পুরোটাই উনি মানে লেকচার হিসেবেই দিয়েছিলেন, and he had given it in a very funny way, in a funny manner, so that the audience who are teenagers, they get attracted to what he is trying to say. He uses various techniques to give his speech so as it doesn't become very boring for teenagers to listen to very serious talks. He has said serious things, but in a very funny, in a very joking manner, so that it is being accepted and it is being well understood by the teenagers. তো এইখানে যে স্টোরিটা আছে, লেটস অ্যাবাউট দ্য অথর, ওইখান থেকে আমরা জাস্ট কিছু জিনিস জানবো। স্যামুয়েল ল্যাংহর্ন ক্লেমেস, his pen name is Mark Twain. Okay, bus, that's it, don't need to know anything else. Later in this part you get to see, later এই পেজেরই একবারে নিচে, Mark Twain's writing style is characterized by humor, strong narrative and evocative descriptions, as well as brilliant control of vernacular speech. Vernacular speech বলতে আমরা যেটা এই যে মানে ডেইলি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ যেভাবে ইউজ করে থাকি। So in his writing, the most important characteristics that can be seen is he uses humor, he uses narratives, মানে লাইফ এক্সাম্পলস দেয়, লাইফ এক্সাম্পলস দিয়ে এবং তার সাথে সাথে এমন কিছু descriptions দেয় which are very thought provocative and which are very inspiring as well. And definitely he doesn't use any bombastic English or words, he uses very vernacular language. He was a humorist. He was a humorist, journalist and novelist who became famous internationally for the distinctive style of his narratives. So because of his way of writing, he had become famous. Now, the next part is important for your text. Advice to the Youth, written in 1882, explores the fact that youth are being sculpted and shaped to society standards. What does this mean, society standard? Class 10, you have got to study that one, that story. Girl Who Can, yes, The Girl Who Can, where Adwa was suppressed by societal pressure, because by her Nana especially, that she is having thin legs, she is going to be unable to bear children and all. So society standard, society creates a standard for the youth as well. Youth, you are student, you have to study this, you have to do that, you have to go for this option, you have to do this option. These societal pressure has been definitely there from age long ago, and now how this even creates a mental agony and pressure for the youth. Mark Twain wanted to soothe out that through his speech. He feels that their uniqueness is being camouflaged and concealed by these standards and expectations. Like for example, there are many students who doesn't want to maybe pursue science. They are good in painting, they are good in many other activities where it is like they can excel over there. Like for example, I can give example of Three Idiots where ফারানই তো ওয়াইল্ড লাইফ ফটোগ্রাফার হয়ে গেল, রাইট? সো ফারহান যে ছিল, ওকে ওর বাবা কিনা পাশের বাড়ি শর্মাজি क्या बोलेंगे, आई थिंक शर्माजी समथिंग এরকম একটা एग्जांपल কিছু दिएছিল, क्या बोलेंगे उसका बेटा इंजीनियर है तो तुम इंजीनियर नहीं बन रहे हो. So these pressure is always being faced by the youth, and so he says that the uniqueness, each and every individual has their own uniqueness, has their own speciality, that is being camouflaged, that is being camouflaged means that is being hidden, that that is being hidden, that is being forced to take the color and shape of your surrounding. যেমন গিরগিটি ক্যামোফ্লাজ হয়, যেই কালারের ওপর থাকে সেই কালারটা নিজের গায়ে নিয়ে নিতে পারে, as it is known. So the society also, as the society is, mostly they also go along with the flow, and their expectations and standards are being covered and being hidden and being suppressed by the society. He takes this opportunity to evaluate society's standards and criticize authoritative figures that are thus shaping the young. So Mark Twain very boldly and very clearly through his speech tries to uh, humiliate, you can say, criticize, but in a very nominal way, bolte kono rudeness na niye, and he's trying to criticize and humiliate those authoritative figure bolte parents, teachers, whoever are, and the uncle, auntie, pasher badi, dada, jethi, kaka, mama, whoever creating such standards for the students, for the youth, he is trying to um, criticize them and bring out the fact that era erokom bolte thakbe, what is your choice, you need to follow that. In his advice, his sarcasm is targeted towards these authorities. He gives advices in sarcastic manner. The tone of the essay is satirical. This is important, will come for MCQ. The tone of the story is satirical, but satiristic. Twain plays on the initial assumption of the reader that the piece would be another boring life lesson by twisting it using satire and humor. Through suggestion, innuendo, and paradox, he therefore makes a scathing comment on the standards set by a self-serving society and giving us considerable food for thought. So he uses various techniques, mostly satire and humor, to bring out the standards that is being set by the society on us and how we are going to deal with that. Okay, now let's start with the main story. Being told I would be expected to talk here, I inquired what sort of talk I ought to make. So he is here before in a college, before few students, and he is telling that when I have come over here, I was told to talk. Now, talk what? That is not said. So I inquired what sort of talk I ought to make. So Mark Twain, who has come as a speaker, as a guest to speak before the youth in a college or in a school, he has asked the authorities, principal, teachers, coordinators যারা আছে তাদেরকে জিজ্ঞাসা করেছে যে আমি কি বলবো, আমার কি বলা উচিত, what speech I should give, what must be the contents of my speech. They said it should be something suitable to youth, something didactic, instructive, or something in the nature of good advice. So, the school or the college authority, principal, teachers, and others, they said to Twain that you can give some advice which will be good instructions way, and didactic. Didactic means life lesson. Very well. So he says, okay, very well, I'll give that. I have a few things in my mind which I have often lodged to say for the instruction of the young. So he says that there have been many a time I have thought of giving these ideas that I always had in my mind, and I will definitely try to give that today. For it is in one's tender early years that such things will best take root and be most enduring and most valuable. So he thinks that what he have thought and what he is going to try to say to the youth will be very much encouraging, that will prove very fruitful for these young people to shape up their future. First, then, I will say to you, my young friends, and I say it beseechingly, urgingly. So, the very first thing that Mark Twain says to the young youth, and he says that I am urging you, I am kind of forcing you, I am kind of besieging you, requesting you, begging to you. What? Always obey your parents when they are present. মানে কি? Always obey your parents. But when they are present with you. মানে যখন তুমি যেখানে যাচ্ছ, wherever you are going, if your parents are with you, obey them. Okay? This is the best policy in the long run. This is the best policy. মানে এটা safe side game. This is a safe side game. Because if you don't, they will make you. So he says that if you don't follow them, they will anyhow make you follow them. So it is better follow them from the beginning only. Most parents think they know better than you do, and you can generally make more by humoring that superstition than you can by acting on your own better judgment. So he says that most of the parents, they think that they know better than you, but as situations there can be where you are going to have much better judgment. But unfortunately, the superstition, now over here, superstition means the trend. The trend has always been that parents know better than you, and so they will not listen to your judgment, they will follow their judgment, they will follow their way of thoughts, and then they will draw into problems or whatever. But they will never accept that what you had said could have been a better option. So instead, leave them at their own way, but listen to them when they are present. So definitely, if these way a person is giving a lecture to the young, it will be very much well accepted by the youth. Be respectful to your superiors, if you have any, also to strangers and sometimes to others. Now, he is not giving any wrong advice. He is giving whatever advices he is giving the right to obey parents. Disobedience is not something that he is trying to teach to the young people. But definitely obey your parents. They are elder to you, they are older to you, and listen to them. But when you think that your judgment at a particular situation is right, do it in your own way and let your parent fall for the fact that yes, what decision that you have taken is right if they are mistaken. So he is giving all good advices, nothing that he is giving bad advices. Secondly, he gives that Respect your superiors as well. It's don't have to be disrespectful. প্যারেন্টসের কথা শুনবে না সেটা ডিসরেসপেক্টফুল হয়ে বলার দরকার নেই। ইউ ক্যান বি রেসপেক্টফুল, ইউ ক্যান মেক দেম আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড। সো বলছে যে বি রেসপেক্টফুল ইফ টু ইয়োর সিনিয়র্স ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ এনি, and sometimes be respectful to your strangers and others as well whom you don't know. If a person offends you and you are in doubt as to whether it was intentional or not, do not resort to extreme measures. So, Mark Twain is saying that if a person, that can be your friend, that can be your brother, sister, elder, younger, or a stranger, whoever, if anyone offends you, if anyone is like said something against you, said or did something against you, did something which made you fall in trouble, then you are in doubt whether as whether it was intentional or not, and now you don't know, you fall into the problem for someone else, and you are doubtful whether this person did it intentionally or not. Mark Twain is saying that take some time and understand that that person did it intentionally or it was by mistake. ভুল করে করেছে ওই মানুষটা তোমার সাথে অন্যায়, নাকি ইন্টেনশনালি করেছে, ইচ্ছে করে করেছে, সেটা আগে বোঝার চেষ্টা করো। ঠিক আছে, তারপরেই বলছে ডু নট রিসর্ট টু এক্সট্রিম মেজার্স, মানে বলতে চাইছে যে আমরা আমাদের সাথে অন্যায় হলে, স্পেশালি দ্য ইউথ, অল্প বয়সী ছেলে মেয়েরা অন্যায় দেখতে পারবে না, অন্যায় না দেখতে পেলেই অমনি প্রতিবাদ করা, প্রোটেস্ট করা। ইয়েস, ইটস গুড, do protest, but take your time and make a proper decision and judgment that whether you are protesting against something which was done intentionally or something which was done mistakenly. If it is done mistakenly, then you will take yourself to make the person understand that it was a mistake and it shouldn't be repeated. But if it was done intentionally, then you can resort to some extreme measures. তো এখানে তাই বলেছে যে এক্সট্রিম মেজার্স মানে মারধর করতে চলে যে না একেবারে, ঠিক আছে। সিম্পলি ওয়াচ ইয়োর চান্স অ্যান্ড হিট হিম উইথ আ ব্রেক। তো বলছে নাও দিস টু মেক আ ফান ফ্যাক্ট, বিকজ এটা একটা সিরিয়াস বলে দিয়েছে যে ইউজ ইয়োর ডিসিশন, নিজের বোঝার ক্ষমতা দিয়ে বুঝে দেখবে যে যে তোমার সাথে অন্যায়টা করেছে ইন্টেনশনালি করেছে না বাই মিস্টেক করেছে, সেটা বোঝার চেষ্টা করবে, অ্যান্ড দেন ইউ উইল ডু সামথিং আগেনস্ট। তো তারপর বলছে ওটা মজা করার জন্যে টেক সাম টাইম অ্যান্ড ওয়েন ইউ গেট আ চান্স, এবার তোমার যখন সুযোগ আসবে তখন ওকে ইট দিয়ে ছুঁড়ে মারো, ইট ছুঁড়ে মারো, ঠিক আছে। না ইট ছুঁড়ে মারো মানে যে অন্যায় করছে, যে মিস্টেকেনলি তোমার সাথে অন্যায় করছে তাকে তুমি মারো, ধরো, কাটো, যা পারো করো, কেটে ফেলো না, তাহলে পুলিশে জেলে নিয়ে বসে থাকতে হবে। That will be sufficient, that will be enough. If you shall find that he had not intended any offense, come out frankly and confess yourself in the wrong when you struck him. Acknowledge it like a man and say you didn't mean to. So now sometimes Mark Twain is trying to say that sometimes our judgment will always be right. It is not that. You may think the person who has offended you, you may think that it was intentionally done and you have hit that person with a brick according to Mark Twain's speech. And later when you realized, and later maybe from someone else, you get to know that the person, whatever he or she did was not done intentionally, then like a man, like with your personality, with your humanity, go before that person and ask for forgiveness, simply that you made a mistake and you have hit that person mistakenly. You go and accept your mistake. Yes, always avoid violence. In this age of charity and kindliness, the time has gone by far such for such things. Leave dynamite to the low and unrefined. Now, what he's saying, he's also saying the world condition as well. 1882, right? This is published in 1882. তাই তো বললো না? Something like that. হ্যাঁ, written in 1882. মানে just before World War scenario, First World War scenario. Already countries are, হ্যাঁ, অনেক কিছু চলছে, ফ্র্যাঙ্কো প্রুশিয়ান আরো অনেক মানে ছোট ছোট ওয়ার্স চলছে, বিকজ অল দোজ স্মলার ওয়ার্স লেড টু দ্য ফার্স্ট ওয়ার্ল্ড ওয়ার। তো এরকম অনেক যুদ্ধ টুদ্ধ চলছে, তো তাই বলছে যে দ্য in this age of charity and kindliness, this is a sarcasm that he has used, because the age is not full of charity and kindliness. The age is full of war, the age is full of hatred, the age is full of aggression. So that's the sarcasm he has used over here. Ki now, yes, avoid violence, try to avoid violence. Already the world is under violence only, and so avoid violence, because this is the age of charity and kindliness. The world powers are fighting, they are showing aggression. At least we simple human, let us show some kind of humanity among us, between ourselves. The time has gone by for such things. So there is no, the time is beyond this, means beyond charity and kindliness. Why? Because there war is going on, some bigger war is impending, something bigger aggression, violence will about to take place. তো তাই জন্য বলছে যে কাইন্ডলিনেস, চ্যারিটি এইগুলো চলেই গেছে, it's wiped off from the world only. So let us bring us back. Leave dynamite to the low and unrefined. Dynamite, bombs and all. তো বলছে ওইগুলো লোয়ার পিপলদের জন্য লিখে দাও। লোয়ার পিপল কাদেরকে বোঝাচ্ছে? লোয়ার পিপল বোঝাচ্ছে এই যারা ফাইট করছে, যারা যুদ্ধ করছে, ওয়ার করছে। নাও আবার এই লিভ ডাইনামাইট, ডাইনামাইটটা ইটস আ বম্ব। এটার যেরকম লিটারাল মিনিং হচ্ছে যে যুদ্ধ হচ্ছে ওদের জন্য ছেড়ে দাও, আমরা কেন ডাইনামাইট ইউজ করব? ওই যে ও বলেছে ব্রিক দিয়ে হিট করছে, ইট ইজ অলসো মেটাফরিক্যালি সেড অ্যাজ ডাইনামাইট। কেন? কারণ কি তুমি হিট করবে কেন? তুমি মুখেই কথা বলে জিনিসটা সলভ করে নাও। মারপিট কারা করে? ছাপড়িরা করে, লোয়ার কাস্ট পিপল করে, বস্তিতে যারা থাকে, ইসলামে যারা থাকে তারা মারপিট করে। এই আমার ঘরে জল আসছে না, তোর ঘরে কেন জল আসবে, চলো মারপিট করো। ইটস লাইক দ্যাট সর্ট। তো কেন করব আমরা মারপিট? ওকে, নেক্সট প্যারাগ্রাফ। গো টু বেড আর্লি, গেট আপ আর্লি, দিস ইজ ওয়াইজ। এটা তো আমরা ছোটবেলা থেকেই শুনে এসেছি, গো টু বেড আর্লি, তাড়াতাড়ি শোয়া উচিত, তাড়াতাড়ি উঠে পড়া উচিত। Some authorities say get up with the sun. Authorities bolte he is trying to mean the elder people who is controlling us until we become adults, and after becoming adults also they will control us. Some say get up with one thing, others with another. So there will be people, there will be your parents, older ones at your home, they will say get up early, get up early with the sun at dawn only, get up with this thing, get up with the birds, the first cock of the hen, get up with that, get up with something else, blah blah blah, এরকম অনেকে অনেক কিছু বলবে। But a lark is really the best thing to get up with. Lark, it's also a bird. Okay, so Mark Twain is saying that the lark is the best thing to get up with. The lark bird, with the lark bird. You know, it gives you a splendid reputation with everybody to know that you get up with the lark. And if you get the right kind of lark and work at him right, you can easily train him to get up at 9:30 every time. It's no trick at all. So he's saying that if you get a lark bird with you, and if you can train it, it will get up also at 9:30, মানে 9:30, সকাল 9:30. Now সকাল 9:30 ঘুম থেকে ওঠা is something very not healthy as well. তো বলছে যে it's no trick, you can teach the lark. Now what he is trying to mean over here, he is trying to mean that whatever we set to our body routine, আমরা যদি এভরিডে 4টে দিন 5টা দিন যদি 7টায় উঠি, দেখবে অটোমেটিক্যালি ইউ ডোন্ট হ্যাভ টু গিভ অ্যালার্ম, তোমার অটোমেটিক্যালি তোমাকে শরীর 7টাতে উঠিয়ে দিচ্ছে। মেবি নট নাও, it happens. And so it's trying to say that if you make a routine, it will be something which you will get used to and you will follow it after some time automatically. Now as to the matter of lying, এইবার মিথ্যে কথা বলা, which is important, which we the youth mostly use. You want to be very careful about lying, otherwise you are nearly sure to get caught. তো বলছে যে মিথ্যে কথা বলা, মিথ্যে কথা যদি বলতে হয়, you have to be very careful, otherwise you will get caught. Once caught, you can never again be in the eyes to the good and the pure what you were before. তো বলছে যে একবার যদি তুমি মিথ্যে কথা বলেছো এবং সেটা যদি ধরা পড়ে যায়, তাহলে আর কিন্তু তোমায় কেউ বিশ্বাস করবে না, এবং the previous picture of your character, what it had been, it will never be revived. ঠিক আছে, কেউ কিন্তু আর বিশ্বাস করবে না, তাই খুব বুঝে শুনে মিথ্যে কথা বলবে। Many a young person has injured himself permanently through a single clumsy and ill-finished lie, the result of carelessness born of incomplete training. So বলছে যে since you do not get proper training to how to lie, training bolte you don't understand how to lie, and many a time many a young people, for this particular problem of not being able to know how to lie, they have permanently injured their character, they have permanently put a black spot on their character. যেরকম স্কুলে দেখবে কেউ যদি সবসময় মিথ্যে কথা, তুই তো মিথ্যুক ছাত্র, তোর কথা বিশ্বাস করতে হবে না। দেন একটা গল্প আছে, বাঘ, পালে বাঘ পড়েছে, একটা রাখাল ছেলে, এভরিডে হি ইউজ টু শাউট বাঘ বাঘ বলে, villagers, farmers, they used to come and see there is no bag. And then one day really when the bug came and he was shouting, nobody came. সবাই বাড়িতে বলছে ও মিথ্যে কথা বলছে, ও তো আসে না। So this is what he is trying to say. If you have to say, be very careful and be very calculative the way how you are telling the lie. That of course putting it other stronger than necessary. Still, while I cannot go quite so far as that, I do maintain and I believe I am right that the young ought to be temperate in the use of confidence, elegance and precision, which alone can make the accomplishment graceful and profitable. So according to Mark Twain, if you have to say a lie for any such reason, don't be a liar. প্রত্যেকটা কথার মধ্যেই মিথ্যে কথা বলতে বলছে না, but there are at times when you need to say a lie, so you have to be very confident, you have to keep yourself elegant so that you get the profit out of it, and you have to be very precise also. লম্বা গল্পের পর গল্প বানিয়ে দিলে তখনই মুশকিল। Patience, diligence, painstaking, attention to detail, these are requirements. These in time will make the student perfect. Upon these only may he rely as the sure foundation for future eminence. So if you have to be a perfect liar, ঠিক আছে, so you have to be very patient, you have to be very diligent, concentrated, and you have to be very alert about your surrounding. Painstaking attention in detail means you have to be very alert about your surrounding. And when you master over these things, then your strong foundation for being able to lie and not to get caught will be assured. Think what tedious years of study, thought, patience, practice, experience went to the equipment to that peerless old master who was able to impose upon the whole world the lofty and sounding maxim that truth is mighty and will prevail, the most majestic compound fracture of fact which any of woman born has yet achieved. So he gives an example that the maxim, that the proverb, truth is mighty and will prevail, সত্যই সর্বোত্তম এবং সেটাই পৃথিবীতে থাকবে, এটা একটা, এই প্রভাবটাই নিজেই সবার আগে সব থেকে বড় মিথ্যে। কারণ যদি তাই হতো তাহলে কেউ মিথ্যে কথা বলতো না। সত্যি সর্বোত্তম, সত্যি কথাই পৃথিবীতে থাকবে, তাহলে এই জায়গাটা থাকতো না। And it is like a compound fracture. It is like a compound fracture. For the history of our race and each individual's experience are swimming thick with evidences that a truth is not hard to kill and that a lie well told is immortal. So this line is very important. He বলছে the truth is not hard to kill. মিথ্যেকে চাপা দেওয়া, সত্যিকে মিথ্যে বানানো is not so difficult. ঠিক আছে, truth is not hard to kill, একটা সত্যিকে নষ্ট করে দেওয়া বা মিথ্যে বানিয়ে দেওয়া, it's not difficult. আর একটা মিথ্যে কথা যদি ভালোভাবে বানিয়ে বলা যায়, it is immortal, it is going to stay on forever. There is, he gives an example of this particular thing. There is in Boston a monument of the man who discovered anesthesia. বস্টনে একটা মনুমেন্ট আছে, যে অ্যানাস্থেশিয়াটা বানিয়েছিল তার একটা স্ট্যাচু আছে, মনুমেন্ট আছে। Many people are aware in these latter days that that man didn't discover it at all. So now in present time, people know that the statue of the man which is supposed to be the founder or discoverer of anesthesia is actually not the one who had discovered, but stole the discovery from another man. But he is the thief actually. But somehow he had been able to lie, he had been able to make it to the world that he is the discoverer. Is this truth mighty? And will it prevail? So he says that, is this truth mighty? Is this truth really the right thing? And will it prevail? Will it stay long? Yes, it is staying long, definitely. Till now also the statue is there. Okay, so I am doing up till here for today.